Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm ready. We're ready to get this thing popping, man. I said I'm only do this for an hour, and I think I wasted like 15 minutes doing all that, man. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and get ready to bring myself off in here. And we're going to be talking with a special guest tonight. I got Alisa, and I just got corrected backstage. If anybody hear me say Alyssa, it's not Alyssa, it's Alisa. Please put it in the comments and keep me straight so she'll have to get on to me. And without any further ado, welcome to the Point Blank Experience. I am your host that does the most. It's your boy, Rod. And on this channel, we have a couple of simple slogans. First of all, it's not a YouTube channel. It's an experience, baby. Second of all, it's just real talk from a point blank perspective. I don't sugarcoat nothing, man. I only like sugar in two things. That's Kool-Aid and coffee. And I quit drinking Kool-Aid a long time ago. And I got some coffee today with barely some sugar in it. So that's the only time I sugarcoat stuff. Anything. Anyway, man, we're going to be talking about a little cruising. And if you've ever been in my interviews, you know I ain't going to stop there. That's too easy, man. I want to get into it. I want to get to know Alisa from Alisa Adventures in Cruising. And man, she's one of the hottest. I know I sound like what's that dude named Don Cornelius. He's one of the hottest YouTubers out there, man, up and coming. I got to get all the antics. You know how he used to jump up a little bit. I got to get my antics for Don Cornelius. But anyway, man, it is an honor every time I reach out to someone and say, hey, I want to have you on the channel. Would you please come on, you know? And then I have a backup text in case they say, no, I had a begging text. As a matter of fact, I got to do one for a couple I asked. Then I had to hit them with them. But I didn't have to do that with Alisa. I asked her one time, and she said she'd be honored. And I was waiting on the but, and then the rest of it, but it didn't happen. So before we go any further, do me a favor if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a black subscribe button. It's going to have a bell next to it. Hit both of them. The bell is going to select to all. Make sure you go to, personalize. Go up to all, man. You don't miss out on video, future interview, whatever I decide. This is the channel where I do anything. If y'all saw what I had on from here down, from where y'all can see down, y'all will be tripping. You never know what I might do, man. So definitely subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, man. I need at least 35 likes. I done said 25, that didn't happen. Well, first I said 50, that didn't happen on Point Blank Travel. Then I said 25 on Investing with Rod, that didn't happen. So I'm gonna say 35 on this channel. Hey, matter of fact, can we just get 5 likes tonight? Let's just be realistic. Can I get 5 likes? 3? Hell, I'm gonna like it myself, so I know I'm gonna get 1. Anyway, y'all, without any further ado, some people call her Alisa. She's on multiple channels. She's on Cruising with Sea Leg Journey and Scott. Then she got, I think she do something with Scott. Then she on by herself. She got Monday Move Check. I found out something about Saturday, something happening on Saturday. We're gonna learn all about that today. I don't know what she got the rest of the week because I ran out of time. But without any further ado, coming to the stage. Want to make sure she's ready because I stay ready. If you stay ready, you got to get ready. Welcome to the stage, everybody. Alisa, what is going on, my sister? How you doing? Hey, you muted. You muted.
Hey,
man.
Rod.
Hey.
I wasn't nervous before, but that was quite the introduction.
And
And you
believe it
went
or
and
not, I ain't write
changed.
it
You
down.
got the hat on. Okay.
I know. I don't even know what I just said, Alisa. I ain't write it down. They just be popping up. But yeah,
It was
y'all
just
been talking to Alisa. I had a baseball hat on, semi-raggedy shirt, and I had to put my cape on, man. I had to transform. I ain't dressed up in a while. I don't even know. I might have this hat on backwards. I don't know. But
you look good. You look good. You're fine.
thank you. And welcome to the Point Blank Experience.
Thank
And it is
you.
an honor to have you here. I've already messed
Thanks
up
so
your
much.
name about
That's all
17
right.
times, and we ain't even started.
We haven't even started. I was gonna let it slide, but
Well, I corrected myself. I'm gonna try to do that.
good
So
job.
do me a favor, Lisa, and I always start this off. Let everybody know just a little bit, not a lot, a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you're thinking about doing, what you thought about doing, just whatever you want to say. And I'm gonna give you the stage, but I ain't moving. I'm gonna be right here. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Rod. Hi, everybody. My name is Alisa. I guess I had to correct them, even though we've talked a few times. Alisa, and my channel is Alisa's Adventures in Cruising. And yeah, I love some cruises. I do. That's mainly what my channel is about. I was set out trying to just kind of give information, tips, and tricks for folks who are always asking. I do live in Florida, so I have more opportunity than some to jump onto a cruise ship. And I was finding that my family and a lot of friends were asking, well, how do you go? How do you pick the ship? How do you do this? How do you do that? And so that was really the motivation behind the channel. But then I started meeting all of my fellow cruisers from YouTube land, and it's taken on a whole other thing. It's really grown, and I'm nervous now because I see all these people in the chat. So anyway, you can come back anytime now.
I'm here. I'm
Rod.
here. First of all, man, everybody come on the experience and they tell me I'm nervous. I got people that wouldn't even come on. Tell me you be trying to make people cry. I got some people I got to reach back out to, but ain't no reason to be nervous. This ain't church or nothing. That's why you need to be nervous at now. This is just a room with some football helmets.
I'm realizing. I mean, I haven't done the Look Who's Cruising now in a little bit, but I'm realizing that it's much more nerve wracking on the other end, being the one getting asked the questions. So
It is, it is. And
yeah,
y'all gonna see this. I've already copied and pasted. If y'all see this, I'm about to put it in the thing. Y'all see that pop up from the point blank experience, say Alisa, that's just me reminding myself of how to say her name. So y'all just disregard that.
it's
All
just
right.
Lisa with an A in front. Just Lisa with an A.
So the way I do my interviews is Alisa knows none of the questions I'm gonna ask. I keep it like this so there's an element of surprise. And in addition to that, I'm not going to ask a bunch of cruising questions and a bunch of life questions and a bunch of this. I'm going to mix it up. I might ask a cruising right now. I might go to a life question. And I might talk about anything. You never know. That way I keep the viewers engaged. I keep everybody going. What's up, Dorian? Let me acknowledge some of the people we got here. I'm not going to pull your comments up yet. But I do want to do this real quick. We got Lisa J. Stocks in the house. We got Evolving with Etta. We got Carnival Cruise Addicts. We got Most Hated Bronze Flat Power God. We have Tripping with Drea Michelle. We also have Controversial Cruising. What up, Scott? We have Rod in the house. We have Alisa in the house. We have, and that we don't have any comment. And we have Dorian Jones and your favorite couple, YFC, just went over.
Yeah.
7,000 subscribers, 7,000. I can't even get to 5,000. But anyway, Lisa, let's start this off. So, where are you originally from? Where were you originally from?
I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia.
And yeah, Philadelphia.
I'm scared to go there. Yeah, the only place I went to on the East Coast was New York and Miami. I ain't been to none of the stuff in between. I'm watching TV. It don't look so bad, but I know that's the movies. Is it really that bad in Philly?
I don't think so, but it's.
Here we go. I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I don't live there anymore. I still go home and visit family there, but it's a big city. It is a big city. It's more like New York than it is Miami, I'd say. But if you don't like the hustle and bustle like that, then you might have a problem.
Okay. I love the hustle and bustle. I just don't like the popping and the banging,
Oh, well, I would have to say, unless you're with people who are going into certain areas, then stick to the tour. Be a tourist. Go see the Liberty Bell, get up on the Rockies statue, run up the steps, that kind of thing. You'll be fine.
Well, like I was talking to somebody from Detroit, like a conversation talking, not talking with them,
Yeah.
like with them, but and they said in Detroit, you don't go out. Everybody in Detroit know you don't go out at the dark. So everything you got to do got to be in the daytime, like gas, get some gas, go to the store. I'm like, I never wanted to go anywhere. I damn sure ain't going now. So, but
it's a tip. It's a tip. Now you know for sure.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story later. I got some questions for you. Well, I'll tell you right now. I don't be really caring. And sometimes I be forget, and I be trying to act like a tourist. When I was in New York, I went to Harlem and I was lost. So I turned on MapQuest on my phone, but I hit walking instead of driving. Let the whole world know I wasn't from there. I'm surprised I didn't get jacked. So you grew up in Philly. Where you live at
Yes.
now? I think you said
Now,
Orlando.
now I live in Orlando. Yep.
So what happened? You went to Disney World and just stayed? I mean, what
Well,
happened?
sort of.
For
I did. I
real?
came. I did the Disney has a college internship program, so I did that when I was in school, and then went back home, finished college, and then it's so funny looking back on time because the things that you thought were the big crisis, and they were at the time, are not matching up. We've had more things to come. Um, but at the time, it was sort of a recession, and I knew that I could come back to Florida to Disney and work, and that's what I did. I came and worked full time with them, and then after a while, it was kind of like, okay, what else? I love Disney, still love Disney. Go out there as often as I can, but career wise, I wanted to do something else, and so I went back to school and um, got my paralegal degree, and then I was working in the legal field ever since then. So, but I got used to Florida. It took a minute. It is very different from Philadelphia, but the sunshine kind of won me over,
Mm.
and I stayed.
So well, that made me ask a question I didn't even put in my phone. You said you was a paralegal, but you've been in the legal field. You like a lawyer now?
No, I'm a manager, so I manage a team of paralegals now.
Oh man, because I need some legal assistance. I ain't in no trouble. I'm trying to get somebody though. I feel when I got attacked by them pit bulls, I think
uh,
I think that's what everybody's saying. I'm gonna be like Fred Sanford. I'm gonna go in there with a bunch of fools and win. I'll get kicked out. So man, that's an interesting story. Now Orlando, they have the magic in Disney World. Is it anything else to do there? I mean, is it a retirement city or like other Florida cities? Or
I mean, Florida in general, yeah, there are lots of retirees, but no, lots of colleges and hospitals and just other tech industries. But Disney, by far, of course, is the biggest employer in the area. And then we have the other parks, the Universals, but anyway, it's based on tourism, hospitality industry, but there are lots of other things here. People live very regular lives. I personally still go out to Disney whenever I can, but most people don't. Between the expense of it all and just being busy doing regular or real life stuff, you don't go all the time, even though people come to visit you from out of town and think you go all the time. You don't really.
I ain't never going back to Disney. My last time when my grandson was 2, he's 6 now, about to be 7. I told my daughter, take a picture, do whatever you got to do, because it's the last time you're gonna see me here. I
Never,
don't care who
never
here.
say never, Rod. Never say never.
Well, I pray that he don't want to go back because I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna send him a picture with Mickey or something. I ain't going. I did. So, what was it like for Alisa growing up? Like growing up in Philly or growing up wherever, growing up anywhere. What was it like growing up? Was it tough? Was it where you with a silver spoon? Did you have siblings?
I am an only child. No, it wasn't. I wasn't silver spoon, but it wasn't. It was good. It was good. By today's standards, probably looking back, I would be classified as, um, underprivileged because it was a single mother household and that kind of thing. But I didn't know. I was very happy. We were a house full of love, and when we got the chance to, even if it was just going downtown, we were off doing something and exploring. So I had a very happy childhood. Philly was good to me, and I still think of it as home, even though I haven't technically lived there in years, well over 20 years.
Well, now it's time to play hopscotch because I'm gonna get off Philly. I'm gonna get off growing up, and I'm gonna ask. There's a lot of things going on right now in the country. I ain't worried about the world because Rod ain't in the world. Rod is in the United States.
Yeah.
People I know are here. What's one social matter that's near and dear to your heart right now? I told
Oh
you.
my gosh,
Yeah.
right.
You never asked that question. Everybody be trying to watch my old interview and get ready for the new one.
No, but this was supposed to be lighthearted. We're not worrying
Oh,
about
okay. No answer. It is like hard. It was
we're,
saying associate vendors have another football team. I don't know. No, okay. We will keep it like hard.
no, I mean, but seriously, as though that's kind of one of the great things that I love about cruising and about the cruising community is that when we get on those cruise ships, it doesn't matter. Everybody is coming from everywhere and all different, you know, professions, religions, residencies, everything. And we just get on those ships and have the best time ever. The best random conversations with people at the buffet, on the Lido, wherever. And I think really I hope that people can have the chance to travel, whether it's on cruises or not, to just experience different parts of the world and learn how much more we have in common than we have that divides us. Politics is politics. There's always going to be something to argue about, or there's always going to be something that somebody has an opinion slightly different than your own, but we're all people. We're all people. We all have hopes. We all have dreams. We all love. We all hurt. We all, all those things. And I truly, truly see that in the cruising community, on the ships, off the ships, on YouTube. And I really, really enjoy that.
Hey, at the end, and Tanya just did it. She liked the moment because I was listening to what you were saying. I was in tune with it. And then Tanya gonna put this comment. I'm dressed like I'm about to go fishing. Tanya always got something to say. I don't even know how to fish.
Fix your brim. Maybe she's like
No, man, that's how you,
trying to.
you gotta cock it. That's how you rock it. I want it like this. All right, now when I think about a social event, and I want to make this brief. A couple years ago, and it's a bunch of them. I can't do them all, and that's why I brought this up. And that's why I decided to make this a question on the Getting to Know series. A couple years ago, was helping the homeless, and I would get random people I didn't know, didn't really want to talk to them. A couple dollars, they didn't ask. I just gave it to them. But don't ask me why. Something that's been near and dear to my heart lately, and it's via conversations, it's via talking to different people, uh, making myself more exposed to people that maybe don't know me. Uh, and y'all think I'm kidding? You can ask why loves a motivator or my daughter. And this has happened 2 times in the last 5 days. I had a young man, 19 years old, just popping up. I'm sitting in my driveway, and the first day I got kind of cocky with it. He said, "Hey, I always see you sitting out here, and I just wonder what you be doing." And I said, "Minding my MF in business."
Oh,
That was my answer. I'm sorry, it just slipped out, y'all. It just slipped out. Well, yesterday he came by again. And I said, "Oh man." I said, "I'm busy." I was on the phone with my daughter, but I say that to say one thing that's near and dear to me is the kids, man. It's a lot of kids. And this young man told me, he said, just talking to you for a brief moment, you have so much wisdom to give. And it's a lot of people that either don't have it or aren't willing to share it.
yeah.
And the next time I see this young man, unless I'm hitting the lottery and he's gonna have to wait, I'm gonna make time to talk to him. And that's what's near and dear to me now, to make sure I start reaching some of the youth that's out there. But that now,
That's
getting
cool,
off
Ron.
the lighthearted stuff. What's your favorite cartoon? No, that ain't one of my questions. I'm kidding, Alisa. I'm kidding.
I'm
No,
like, past or present?
no, I don't know none of the present ones.
I
So
don't know either. I don't either. That's why I
yeah,
was like,
I said they got some.
mm.
Hey, man, Johnny goes to Mars. I ain't got time for all that. So listen, Alisa,
Yes.
yeah, how many cruises have you been on? You all your channel talking about cruising.
You,
How many have you been on?
I was thinking about that today because I thought that might be a question from you, Rod. And I wish that I had really kept track and maybe even had been trying to work towards loyalty on my earlier cruises because it I probably would know exactly. But I think when I head out to Greece this summer, it will be something like my 18th cruise. Um, and that's, over my whole life. So
You ought to do like me, Alisa. It's easy to remember. Just go on one. You'll never forget. That's all I ever hit on this one.
Well, come on now, Rod. You've been on many, like you said, not necessarily pleasure cruises. You've been spent your time on the ocean, but we thought we were helping you along. That was just going to be the first of many more cruises.
That when I went on the Midnight Cruise in 2023, that's when I first realized I had PTSD.
Uh,
And seriously, because there was a whole lot going
yeah.
on that I wasn't used to, like drinking out to sea. And that didn't happen in the Navy. Gambling, people dancing and doing the wobble or whatever they was out there doing. I mean, what even know women to wobble with? I wasn't about to wobble with the dudes. I mean, it was just, I was in a state of shock. But we were there 4 days. At the first two, I was just messed up. So forget Rod. What's your favorite cruise line, Elisa? What's your favorite cruise?
Um, my favorite cruise line, my favorite cruise line is Royal Caribbean. And it's so funny though, because I think the last out of the last several, at least three, maybe four, have been on Carnival, and that is mostly due to the people that I was traveling with. I wanted to go on another Meet and I cruise and Life with V, her group cruise, the Super Bowl at Sea, and we went and had a great time, of course. But I before that, I was primarily cruising with Royal.
Okay. Now, hey, if anyone have any questions for Lisa, please put them down in the comments. You don't have to put no emoji down there because half the time I don't see them. I'll see it's a question because I'm gonna get to it eventually. But now you got me messed up because I must have something happened because I thought it was Carnival.
What's that?
I thought your favorite cruise line may have been Carnival. I don't know why.
No, no,
I
no.
like Carnival. Carnival
No,
was
I'm
pretty ghetto. I liked it.
no, no. I don't have anything bad to say about Carnival. I go on. I love to cruise, so I go on all ships, any ship, and can have a good time. Carnival, they've definitely have had some growing pains, I guess I would say, but they're doing well. Stock is up, I hear, for those who have some Carnival stock. I don't. um, and they have made cruising accessible for a lot of people, price wise, and showing that it's a fun thing and not just for rich, stuffy people. So, shout out to Carnival. But I do like the bigger ships, the more bells and whistles, the entertainment that Royal Caribbean has, and the service too. I always felt like they have good service. So, but
I like what I like what Elisa just said, y'all. And y'all, she brought it up. I wasn't because I got a whole channel for that. But if you're not invested in what you love, i.e., cruising, I've been on one cruise, one real one. Now the other ones in the Navy don't count. I am up year to date on Carnival Cruise. Yep, I got some stock in them. I don't care about cruising. There's a whole bunch of people I know cruising. I ain't got to go. I'm up 70%, 70%. Then I go over to Royal. I don't even know what the Royal Caribbean ships look like. I promise you, I don't even know what the other one look like because I went on it. But I don't know. I don't really care. And we're gonna look at this. I
well,
really,
pretend like you care a little bit now.
oh yeah, I care now because I'm part owner. I own the drink package. Y'all keep on buying them things, man. I think everybody should get the drink package. Y'all, this is real life. And listen, Lisa, I got a question for you. I'm up
Yes.
113% in a year with Royal Caribbean. I ain't kidding, y'all. It's right there. You look at that Royal Caribbean. I ain't kidding. Look at that arrow. That arrow green going up. That ring, Roddy Rod is making money, money. Anyway, back to the original program, y'all. I get talking about money. I forget what I'm talking about, boy. I've been at a funeral. Somebody bring up money. I forget I'm at a. I think I'm at a wedding. So, Elisa, so Royal
Yes.
Caribbean, better
Yes.
service, better service. When you go on a cruise,
Yes.
do you have a budget?
Yeah. Of
You do.
course. I mean, I wish I could just, Someday when I, hit the big time here on these on my YouTube platform, maybe it will not be budget sensitive. But yeah, no, of course.
Well, I got
Um,
a question, Lisa. Why do you like? I didn't go on one there with no, but I didn't see nothing to buy. I bought the drink package, and I took $50 cash for what I don't know. I spent 10 of that in the casino and decided I wasn't playing no more. I drank for free. I ate for free. I slept. I had already paid for that. I don't know I don't care. I don't care about no souvenirs. I'll take some pictures of the crew of the sign that said Carnival. I mean, summer. What do you need? What do people need a budget? I'm just
all
wondering.
those all those things that you just mentioned.
Oh,
People go. I'm not a huge gambler, but I do go in the casino, and I'm definitely not doing enough damage to get any free offers. Maybe I don't know if I need to change that or not, but you need money if you're gonna gamble. And I definitely would suggest you have your budget set for that, so you know what you're spending, not go overboard. The drink package, I think, is such an interesting thing because it costs. They're not the drink packages are not cheap. But the drink packages started or came about because people would get down to the guest services desk at the end of the cruise when it was time to close out their accounts and be absolutely shocked by the amount that they had spent all week long on their cruises, and either couldn't take care of it at the time, had to phone home, whatever. So it's interesting to me that people now, they still may complain about the prices of the drink packages, but they budget that in because they know that they want to have it. I don't think it necessarily, well, I guess it could save you money, sort
I
of.
think you're saving me some money because I was trying to maximize
You were
mine.
trying to maximize. Yeah. If you were gonna, I know I'm not gonna be able to hit the 15, whatever it is, drinks
Me,
a day. So like let's not even pretend. Like I know I'm not gonna do that.
I
It's not
told
worth
them,
it to me.
I said, hey, I ain't gonna hit 15. Can I get a triple shot? I want all my money worth. And they was like, no. And then I knew I thought I was really drunk on the cruise one night, no, one day, because and didn't nobody explain this part. At least the same bartender I had at the casinos, this person was on the island serving drinks. I said, man, I must be really drunk. This
You
is
made a friend. They were following you, making sure you had your drink.
so now I'm gonna read this comment and I'm gonna ask Alisa a question based
Okay.
on this comment. Carnival is the turn up cruise. Yeah, because I saw a fight. I heard some girls busted the security guard in the head with a bottle. I didn't see that one, but I saw the fight. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna ask Alisa, then I'm gonna tell you what I think everybody should do. Well, I'm gonna ask you after I say this here. I heard they are making a lot of adjustments. We're gonna talk about that too, because I heard in another live stream, I think some bad information or the information wasn't given out, and I have the answer. So, Alisa, are you a turn up type of person?
You know, I think my turn up don't look like other people's turn up. Okay, I don't necessarily. I like doing YouTube and I like to get out there for the sail away party, but I don't necessarily need that part blasted all over
Yeah.
the internet. So if I, had a lot or a little to drink, I don't necessarily film that part.
Hold up, now. Hey,
but I think I'm fun. I think I crack myself up. Hopefully, my friends think so too, and I think I have a good time. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you, Lisa, I'm old school. I'm from Arkansas. I grew up in the country. You answered that question without saying a word. Because as soon as I had the question, yeah, I'm gonna take y'all back in time like a VCR tape. We only gonna go back about a minute. I said, Alisa, are you a Turner person? Before she said a word, I don't know if y'all caught it, but I caught it. She said, like, she just reminded me of one of my aunts. She said, did y'all hear that? She laughed.
I think no,
Hell yeah.
I think it's a question that's kind of like circulating, and more people want to ask than have asked.
That's
So
why I
that
asked. I'm like Bernie Mac. I'm ask what everybody else scared to ask. I ain't gonna ask you about the three things I told you I want to about. But I asked you because I've met you in person and I just What I tell you, what I saw, a respectable, caring, and I'm not saying it because I'm on the screen, with a person that was chill, that really cared about everybody. And I'm not the type of person that speak for the people, but I would find it hard to believe that anybody think otherwise of you. And I'm just saying that from the bottom of my heart. That's who I met. I don't care if you turn up or not. Just my impression was I would want Alisa on my team, regardless
Thanks,
of what
Rod.
it is. So, and y'all letting that nice the rest of 2025. So,
Well, I mean, we'll see. I see some friends and some friends that I've cruised with here in the chat. So we'll let them answer about whether I
what y'all think
send
about
this or not.
Alisa? Y'all that's cruise with her. Is she turning up? The words of House of X, is she turning up?
Is that a fair assessment that my turn up may not look like some of the other turn ups?
Now, speaking of turning up, let's talk about these kids today, man. Do you think they turn it up? Is there a limit on the turn up? I just want to know. Anybody can
Yeah,
answer
they
this.
need.
Is there?
They don't have a turn down. They need a little
Man, they need.
chill.
Well, not really, because as an older gentleman, I'm getting ready for that stage of my life where I'm gonna need all the entertainment I can get that I ain't involved in. So I hope they keep on turning up. Ain't no telling y'all. If you want to see something, go sit in your driveway like Rod. Ain't no telling what you might see. I'm serious. And the crazy part is nobody believe me because I be forgetting my phone got a video camera on it and I don't ever record it. But I saw some kids coming from middle school the other day. They was halfway to having a baby, just walking down the sidewalk.
Oh wow.
His pants was sagging, hers was pulled up, his booty was out. They were just ready. And I'm just sitting there like, boy, my mama would have killed me. And if I had a sister,
Wow.
she'd have killed her twice. It was sad. I'm like Whitney, man. I believe the children are our future. Somebody better teach them because we headed for destruction. I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be at Kroger eating a sandwich that I ain't bought. So I ain't gonna be worried.
Kroger eating a sandwich that you ain't bought.
That's
Okay.
my dream, at least. I want to go to Kroger and go shopping, go to Starbucks where they move and sit over there and just make me a whole sandwich and sit there and eat and walk out the store. That's my only goal I got left in life. Well, one of the few. Now,
I think the chat is going to help you out. We're going to get you some new goals. We're going to get you remind you that you have friends that'll go to lunch with you. You don't have to.
well,
You don't have to hang out at Kroger.
I'm like Jay-Z, man. I'd have done it all. I've seen that I ain't too much left. I'm scared to do everything because then I might. So, MSC, let's talk about MSC cruises for a minute. What do you feel about those?
I've only been on one MSC cruise, but I would love to go on another one. Actually, Scott from Controversial Cruising, I think, is still on his cruise right now. MSC World America. I'm definitely want to hear about that ship and how it is, because I think that would be up my alley. I think I would like to try that. I think they had a kind of a rough start getting going here in the US, and I think that they are trying to really learn the US market and what we expect as cruisers and make changes and adjustment. But as long as they keep doing what they're doing as far as the new ships and being in different ports and keeping the price point as low as they can, I think they're going to continue growing, and more people are going to go on it, try it, and find out it's cruising is cruising. If you like cruising, you can easily go from ship to ship, cruise line to cruise line.
Now, my next few questions are going to be on cruising. I'm going to tell you that I usually don't tell a person only because a lot of people came here to hear your aspects on cruising. So I kind of want to get over to that realm. Now, you have a cruising podcast, and today was actually the first time, I'll be honest, that I sat down as you, Scott from Controversial Cruising, and Chet from Sea Lake Journeys. And I physically told someone on a phone call, it sounded like I was listening to a podcast in my car. And I was watching it. Actually, I was doing something else getting ready for this interview, but I was listening. How is it working with those two? Because that was phenomenal.
Oh, I love those guys are the best. Scott, you've met Scott. You've talked to Scott. We tease him and call him Mr. YouTube, because he's doing all the things, all the days, all the hours of those days. But he's a really good guy, and he knows a lot about podcast world, and asked me if I wanted to do that along with Chet from Sea Lake Journeys, and we get on there, and we have been friends prior to the podcast and have been talking and doing a couple of collabs here and there. But we get on there and we kind of crack ourselves up. And we find that once we start talking about cruising, even though it's a weekly podcast, and we're always try to have a different topic. We keep it to a half an hour, about half an hour, but we could just kind of keep going on and on. So we hope that more and more people will listen to it, check us out on Spotify, so we can continue growing it, and that we get to do it for a long time, because we really have fun with it. And that's called the Conscious Cruiser Podcast.
And if we have anybody from the Alliance or PBE Network Executive Team, please drop that link if you can. I don't like saying dropping the link, y'all know that, but please, for say it again, Alisa,
The, Con- the Conscious Cruiser Podcast.
Conscious Cruiser Podcast. It is good, y'all. I listened to the entire episode, and I'm going back to listen to the rest.
And like as Chet likes to say, and I agree with him, we sound much better on the radio or on the Spotify.
It
We
sounded
sound good on the
good.
car radio.
It sounded good on my TV. I wasn't near my TV, and I thought I was listening to the radio. So I do want to
Nice.
bring up Keisha's comment.
So
She
it
said,
did.
right, Raj, she said nothing and everything. When I asked that question, you just like, I told you, I wasn't the only one that caught that. And I want to thank Carnival Cruise Addicts for that $5 super chat. Love you both. Great channels right here. Happy 4th. Thank you so
Happy
much,
for.
Liz and Chris. Thank y'all for that super chat. It goes right back into the channel. Now, Alisa, we
Right.
always talk about cruising and so much fun. Have you ever had a bad cruise? Just one that just was terrible.
My a couple of the early cruises, and I mean early, like when I was a teenager, weren't the greatest because of seasickness. I still have motion sickness to this day. I can't really, like, I can't ride backwards in a on a train. I can't do anything that's kind of spinning. So the motions affect me, and I have to make sure that I get the patch, the motion sickness patch. So those first cruises, like for example, I was on a cruise when Hurricane Andrew, that was the big one that wiped out Homestead, Florida, years and years ago. I was out at sea on that one, and I didn't do well. So it's amazing to me that the bit of fun that I did have was enough to keep me go. I'll try it again. I'll try it again until it's like what it is now. I do still worry about the motion sickness, and I always tell people, especially first time cruisers, like to just have something with you just in case, some Dramamine, a C band, some ginger chews, something just in case it hits you. But people who are prone to motion sickness generally know that they are. Um, and so if you're sensitive to those kinds of motions, excuse me, expect that you're going to at least feel it on the cruise ship. Now the cruise ships have gotten so much better over the years, and the newer, bigger ships have these stabilizers, so you feel it less than what you would have felt it in the years ago, 80s, 90s. But if you are prone to motion sickness, you are likely to feel it.
I agree. And I'll tell y'all, if you think motion sickness is not real, it is. I experienced it for probably 12 of my 20-year Navy career.
Mhm.
I will tell you, if it doesn't say ocean, or typically see behind it. If you're in a gulf or something like that, it's not going to be as bad. But there's been times I've been in an ocean. I tell you the worst seas. If you've ever seen those fishing shows up by Alaska in the Bering Sea,
Hmm.
that is some rough waters. I've been up there, and unbelievably, from San Diego to Hawaii is some of the roughest water I've ever been in. I've probably in my life at least have been in 80 different typhoons.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we headed to the eye of the storm because that's the calmest part.
Right.
But you got to get there. And needless to say, our brother wasn't ready. Anyway,
And
I
you had the report to duty.
reported to my wreck. All I could do, and they understood, all you could do is sleep, man.
Yeah.
So going back to cruising, how soon do you start packing for a cruise?
Ooh, I think I pack early. So right now my bag is not packed for Greece, but the suitcase is out and the stuff that I have pulled or set aside for it is right next to it. So it's not packed, but I start thinking about it pretty early, and that's Greece. I am worried about just because of the heat. Um, but on a normal cruise, I like to get my stuff ready early.
And this is your first time going to Greece?
This is my first time going to Greece.
Was there anyone or any certain thing that aspired you to go there, that inspired you to go, or has it always been an aspiration? Or
Yeah, just a aspiration. I wanted to cruise to Europe or in Europe, period. Last year I went to Alaska. That was kind of a bucket list cruise. So it was like, what's next? What else? And then MH Family Raquel has this group cruise that I'm joining in on to Greece, and so that just seemed like a good as opportunity as any to go. So went ahead and got myself booked on that.
are you gonna do one of those pictures where the end of your dress like 2 blocks long?
Thinking about it, my daughter wants is going, and she wants to do that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't go without doing it.
Yeah, it seems like it's just I'm really excited that she is going with and wants to go, and you know, I may not have too many of those vacations with her, after a while. So let's celebrate that. Let's capture that moment in a great way. So,
And if you don't mind me asking, how old is your daughter?
well, I don't know. She might freak out, but she's
Okay,
over 21.
okay, that's fine. That's the only reason I asked that. Is so cool, regardless of the age, that parents or guardians are taking young adults slash children's only children on these cruises because they're getting the opportunity to see that a lot of people didn't get a chance to see. Even at, I mean, I saw the world at 21, but
Yeah,
I didn't go with my mom. I went in a scary situation.
yeah,
It wasn't pleasurable. So to hear you and your daughter going to Greece, that's the only reason I asked that question.
yeah,
It is it goes along with what I said. I want people, children, young adults to know there's more than your environment. There's
yes,
more than where you grew up, or say, like where I grew up, you saw the same thing every day, the same thing every weekend, the same people doing bad, the same people doing good, and the same people somewhere in between. I didn't see
yeah.
anything different. And to be exposed to that, it really opened my eyes up. So kudos to you. I just wanted to say that to you. That's the only reason
Oh,
I asked
thanks.
that.
Yeah, I think that's great that people are able to take their children, younger than that. We have, some we know some personal young platinum and diamond cruisers, young people because their parents have taken them. But just the exposure to, like you said, obviously they have good home lives, and they have opportunities, but just to be exposed to life outside of what to see that there's more to life. There's always something to be striving for. There's always something that you can learn. There's always something that, yeah, you just can learn something new every day. And why not? Why not? you don't have to you don't have to put yourself in the box.
Right. And I want to read Tanya's comment here. She says, "That's how I pack." She throws stuff in as you think about it, and then officially pack at least 3 days before. So,
Yeah.
because I've heard people say 2 weeks. I had people asking me about the media that I crew. Rod, you start packing yet? I'm like, no, it's like
Yes.
March. We're not leaving till June. Well, why am I packing now? I might need some of this
We
stuff.
were ready. And well, Meat and I, they go all out on their cruises, and they have their themes, and we were trying to make sure we had, hey Veronica, and we were trying to have make sure we had outfits for the occasion. So that was a little more involved.
Exactly, man. I really took some time to get ready for the meeting I crew, but I didn't take 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Hey, I
Yes,
want
I
you to
remember.
hear, and it is so cool that people take the time to do this because they don't have to. People don't have to comment anything in these live streams. Uh, and I'll tell anybody if I'm in your live stream, and that's one of the things I'm really, really working on is to take time to go in. I have my phone on do not disturb, so I don't know. I just have to look up and catch you on them.
Yeah.
To be honest, but you're getting two views because I'm gonna watch you on my TV on probably the Points Blank Network, and then I'm commenting under another whatever channel you see on my screen. So that just so y'all know. But this is what your people think about you, and I agree. I've already read.
Aw, Keisha.
She says she's amazing and she gives great hugs. That says a lot, man. Just that alone, just reading that. And this is the Alisa that I met. I'm sorry, Volume with Etta says funny as hell. I don't think I ever heard Etta cuss, man. You must be really funny. I don't think I ever heard her type of
Edda, don't tell all the secrets now, Edda.
oh, she about to. Give her one more comment. She gonna tell. She said, "Lisa will have you laughing in your sleep." Yeah, tell her what she be saying. I want to laugh too.
We had a great time. I had a great time with cruising with Etta and with Keisha. Very fun. Very fun.
Oh, if I just got a let me respond to this a half a
And
sec.
the funny thing is, well, Keisha had known on YouTube through YouTube for a lot longer than Etta, but those were both first meetings, our cruises. When I met Etta going on the Meet and I group cruise, literally we met at the airport so that we could ride share to the hotel for the meetup, and it was like we'd known each other forever. And I just think that is so amazing how I guess birds of a feather flock together. Like you just meet such amazing people and become such great friends. And I'm thankful to both of them, all of them, for those friendships. It's been really great.
That's one thing I think about a lot. Uh, the relationships that we've built on YouTube, and it could be. I'll be honest. I don't know anybody that's like got together on YouTube, but I know friends. I know couples that now hang out together as couples.
Hmm.
People that cruise together, people that have met in different cities. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm not just saying that it
Yeah, no,
is.
it really is amazing. It's just amazing to think like you would never have, in your ordinary everyday life had a chance to cross paths. But here we are.
Right.
Here we are.
And I want to point out this comment too. The wrestling god said, "Press like when coming in, everyone." The reason I pulled this up, this is another one of those comments. He didn't have to take the time to type that. He could, just, hey, I'm having a good time. Half the time, I forget to press like, and I'm enjoying the heck out of a live stream. So for him to take
Yeah.
time to think that, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
that.
you. All right, listen next time, next question, y'all. And I'm watching this time.
And
I got about max 20 minutes. Now, let me see, 22 minutes and minimum 7 minutes. So I got to get these questions out. I'm not trying to take this young lady's time up, but I probably got a game. I have way more questions always. Now, this are you well? You got to at least be some type of status with Carnival. What status are you with Carnival?
no, I'm gold on Carnival. Again, I really early years I cruised a couple of times on Carnival, but I don't know if you got, is anybody here who's been cruising for a long a long time? Like, hey, Veronica. Like, I knew it, cruising to me when I started after I became an adult. Yeah, I went a couple times with my family as a kid, but I really thought it was going to be a once in a lifetime kind of vacation. So they had some kind of a rewards program, but I'm like, I don't need a number. When am I gonna cruise again? Like, so I didn't pay it any attention. And
Mm.
then the next time, same thing. I was like, well, this was just kind of a fluke. I don't need that number. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. Well, I shouldn't have done that because I would have reached a status before they even, or right at the time that they came up with the VIFP, and could have enjoyed some of that. But I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound because I know that's a touchy subject right now with Carnival and their changes. But um, it would have been nice to enjoy it for a while.
Well, I want to clear up something, and that's I said earlier in this live stream that I was going to clear up something. I did the research today. I did a video of those changes on Point Blank Travel, and I didn't go into great detail, but I verified again today. For those of you that are platinum or diamond, this is for you. If you go in broad status, which I think I'm blue now, I've been on more. I ain't been on one. I've been on one cruise. I was red, but the next time I go, I'll be blue.
No,
And
I think it's
gold,
is it the opposite? You start off blue and then you're red.
well, I'm something. I ain't gold. I ain't even silver. I'm like just they pick the color in the crayon box and gave me a card. So, but I want y'all to understand this. It's gonna take effect next year, July 1st, 2026. If you're a platinum member, you have a 2-year grace period to do whatever you got to do. You're going to be still platinum for 2 years. They're not going to strip it away from you next year when the program goes into effect. They're giving you a 2-year grace period if you're platinum. Now, I think it's like $6,000 or something like that. You need to be working toward that if you want to keep that platinum, but they're not going to strip it right away. If you are a diamond member, you got to spend like $33,000. Unless somebody gift me a cruise or a whole bunch of cruises, I ain't gonna never be diamond. But if you're currently a diamond, you have a 6 year grace period before they strip it away. So that's 6 years of cruising to get up to this $33,000 threshold, and you can maintain your diamond status. I just want to put that out there because there's a lot of confusion.
Okay, well that's good. The 6 years to okay, that's
I'm
good.
not getting on no lies. Everybody, I get a lot of people who text me and say, "Hey, Rod, did you hear about this? You gonna do a live? Rod, you hear about that? You gonna do a video?" No, I'm gonna do the research because I ain't gonna be that one come out there and put out the false information. I
Well,
did
you
it
know,
initially, but I said, "Hey, I ain't got all the info yet. This is just what I know." Now I got more info and I verified it again today.
and
Again,
again, I'm not platinum or diamond or on any cruise line, but not on Carnival. But I do think that Carnival invests a lot of time and energy and just straight up advertisement to those people, encouraging them to be loyal and that they would be rewarded for the rest of their cruising lifetime with that status. So even though they have time to earn that status or can keep
Mhm.
that status, I do understand why they would feel like I already did that. I already earned that. And now you're making me re-earn it. Why?
And it's so. This is me. I don't understand. Obviously, if you got any kind of status beyond this red and blue stuff, you're dedicated to that product. You're
Yeah.
dedicated to that brand. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't make the rules. That's why I'm trying to get some more shares. Maybe I can have an input. Why take anybody's status? Damn, they earned it. You ain't just give them a status. They just fall out the side. Hey, y'all go stand
Right.
on the leader. Okay, we're gonna drop statuses out of the sky. If it hit you in the head, you're now a platinum member. No, these people already done spent this
Right.
money. Then you
Yes.
want them to spend 6,033 more than hey, guess what? I ain't gonna be on this ship. I'm gonna find me another ship that ain't got to spend all this money. I don't care if it's the Boogaloo Bang Bang cruise line and they selling hot dogs at the buffet. I don't care, man. But I'm telling y'all, the longer that we agree and do it, the
Yeah.
longer they gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
I'm
saying. Now,
I'm not trying to jump ahead to the comments, but I'm cracking
no,
up at
please do.
Veronica.
Yeah.
She said, I won't ever.
I forgot to tell you I was gonna put you to work when you came over here.
Veronica is never, ever going to give them another $33,000 to remain diamond.
See, and Veronica probably on her 50th cruise, and then nobody. If they want to do a commercial, I can't say the name, but if this company want to do a commercial, they should start a commercial out with "Oops upside your head." It said "Oops upside." They just slap the
Yeah.
ish out their customers.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's just like you go to McDonald's and order a Big Mac, and all you got is a sesame seed bun and a special sauce and some lettuce. You ain't got no burger and no cheese, and they still charge you $6, man. Oh, I'm sorry. You want the rest of the burger? You got to give us $5 more. That's basically what they did.
Doesn't seem very fun for the fun ships. I'm
Well,
just
it's
saying.
still fun for the people that went on one. If y'all didn't
Yeah.
get there, they probably went over your head. I only been on one cruise, probably ain't never going on another. I ain't going on another cruise for a lifetime. Hey, you're on the W part of the PBT Exec PB Network. I always say PBT, man. Long say, yeah, Bill. I don't know if this is what you're saying, but
Hey,
I'm not sure
Bill.
what you're saying. It's been, I don't know if you're saying you knew us a long time, you knew Alisa a long time. I'm gonna assume you saying we ain't seen each other in a long time. I agree. I don't know. But
all that.
yeah, yes, same about cruising. We did more resorts. That's a question I got for you, Alisa. Thank you, Etta. Do you prefer private islands, ports or call? Which do you prefer?
Ooh.
I know.
I think I prefer ports of call because I do want to try and see something about that island, learn a little bit about the people or the history there. It's really kind of interesting, especially when it's not to be political, but to take into account the whole slave trade and how we all ended up in these different places. A lot of history in common that you may not think we have in common. But anyway, I do like exploring the islands or the locations and just learning something about where we're visiting. So I like the port to call.
See, this gonna be a forever question, and from now it's gonna forever be in my routine because I don't like neither one of them.
Right.
I'm gonna break it down for y'all.
Well, okay, break it down.
My own now, other than watching Gilligan them, and it took them forever to get off the damn island. I've been on some
Yeah.
islands, Hawaii, I've been to Guam, been to some more, but I ain't talking about them kind. I'm talking about like island ain't nothing really on that island. I've been to one island that it didn't really have. It wasn't really an island, but it was an island, and that's the
Uh-huh.
Half Moon something that I went on.
Now, see, that's why I was hesitating because that's beautiful. I do
That
love
wasn't
the
that
private
beautiful, but
island
I
stuff.
didn't get a chance to see the beauty. I couldn't see no more. It was so damn hot out there. I couldn't see nothing. All I saw was a little ass palm tree with 3 leaves, and I got on there trying to get some shade.
I think people were trying to help you along, Rod, and you were not having it. You were not
What
having
was he
it.
doing? What was he doing? At
You're
least
supposed to go early. You're supposed to find your spot in the shade, get something to eat, and chill out and watch that beautiful water.
I
But
ain't.
you came out in the heat of the day.
I must have been. I must have been at the bar with some Hennessy or something. I don't remember that part. But all right, so we know I don't like the private island. I
Right.
don't like no protocol because I went to another port. I ain't gonna say where I was, but I think it was the Bahamas. And I got on a tour bus, and the dude, this really happened. You think I'm lying? Asked me tonight. Asked everybody that was with us, Big John, Little John, Bashir, Miss Arif. I went on a tour, and the dude dropped us off at Atlantis and forgot he left us there. So all I saw was Atlantis and a make-believe food spot, and I was back on the ship. I need 3 days, y'all. 3. I've been to ports. I need to go. I've sat down with Japanese families on little pillows and ate with some chopsticks. I ain't eating nothing, but I had some chopsticks. And every time they turn their head to do whatever they do and bowing and stuff, I just scoop my hand in there and ate some. I've had a pig cooked in the floor of an Aboriginal house. If you don't know what Aboriginal is, that's the
Mhm.
native people of Australia.
Australia.
You can't do that in 4 hours. I don't like neither one of them. I need to go and stay, not forever, just 3 days. So,
Well, I'm glad we had this talk towards an hour in, Rod. I mean, because I don't know what else we would have talked about.
I got a
You
whole
just shut that down. You just shut that down. I don't like none of them.
I don't. Well, then I got two more questions. Well, three. I got to find three good questions. I got to ask you three of my best questions,
Very good.
and one of them is easy. Question number one:
Okay.
if you could meet one person, who would it be?
Oh gosh.
Living, deceased, doesn't matter. Celebrity, family member, doesn't matter.
Uh I don't even have a guess. I don't that I have to think about that one a long
Okay.
time.
And y'all, I'm not gonna even do it dirty. I'm not gonna even make up another question. So that's question one. I got a couple of question two.
Okay.
I ain't gonna ask that one either. I might make everybody in the chat leave, all the people
Woo.
that's travel agents. So I ain't gonna ask that question. What are some aspirations going forward in your life that you have? So Tim, you got to think about that one too.
So aspiration.
I'm gonna be all in your business.
No. You are.
You answered that question yet?
Well, you mentioned Aboriginal people. So my dream, my ultimate dream travel destination is Australia. I would like to go there and be able to spend some time. So even though a cruise is probably a great option, I would like to go there and be able to, because you fly into Sydney, but you got to go to the outback to have those kind of experiences. So that is something that I really would like to do. Um, this is becoming more of a pipe dream just with the state of the world. I'm not ready to retire, but I like the idea of someday being able to retire.
It's not what it's cracked up to be. I'm here to tell you.
I like and of course you want to be able to, like, now I've yes, I'm doing YouTube and I hope that continues and grows, and maybe I'll have more travel opportunities, but I would like to be able to travel more, not have the worry about getting back at any particular time, and having the means to do it. So that's my idea of retirement, not just kind of, not working. I want to be busy.
It is a beautiful thing. You brought a great because without when you're retired, and I'm semi-retired now, I say that because I still do YouTube. If I want to go to wherever, I can just go. Car, plane, train, walking, hitchhiking, it don't matter. And guess
Yeah.
what? Lately, I just get one-way tickets.
Oh, see?
I just get because I don't know when I'm coming back. I'm like Tommy, I ain't got no job.
Number time.
And everything I do, I can do on the fly, baby. Camera number one, laptop camera number two, I can do it. So if you're looking for the aspiration, it's there. Now, going back to Australia, I went to two places that were like the outback, but you still was in a town setting.
Mm-hmm.
In Townsville, Australia, Albany, Australia. I've been on the East Coast and the West Coast. I've been to Fremantle, Perth, Brisbane, Sydney. If I lived anywhere on this planet other than America, it would be Australia.
Mm.
That's maybe Singapore because they speak English and it's clean as I don't know what. But there's other places out there that I couldn't last but 4 days. But I was partying like a rock star. But man, like Thailand and all that. And I was young, man. At 4 days, I couldn't wait to leave. But you ever listen where you having so much fun, you can't wait to leave. That's how crazy it was.
Right. I don't think you better keep doing those one-way tickets, man. You better have a.
I go to places that's chill for one way, but it's cool because, and you ought to see the look on people's face. So when are you leaving? I don't know. Whenever you kick me out again.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know what it be, y'all. I only wear watches. I got an iPhone watch, a bunch of 25 some watches trying to be like Trap. I only wear a watch when I go on YouTube. I don't need to know what time it is. Why? You got to know what it be. I mean,
You
but
got
hey,
nothing but time.
Live with V said, cool, y'all, we are really running out of time. I got like 6 minutes and I got this gonna be, I'm not even doing it. I got one more question. It's a yes or no.
Okay.
I do want to read these comments. 46 cruises for Life with V. If anyone
Yes.
said casino players will probably earn diamond in 1 year, especially if you know how to play right. Hey, Tanya, what do you be playing? I never asked you that. Spend $500 of your money to win 1,000, replay it back. Wow. What you be playing?
Nice.
I'm curious.
Tanya gonna share her secrets.
Life with V. Well, you have a good while before it happens.
Yeah.
46. That yeah, you got a long time. 6 years.
Mhm.
You would definitely hit 50. And what's up? What I love. And I'm for the sake of time, y'all. If y'all speaking, I appreciate the love. I'm not gonna pull those up. So I'm not really a real big casino person. Hey, Bill. What I love. Okay, she's speaking.
And I don't know if I saw Trap in the comments earlier too. That's another one that when we met on the Meet and I cruise, that first cruise, he kept saying like, "Oh, we wish we could do this all the time," because that was just such. It really. I know you guys might be tired of hearing us saying, but it really was such a moment in time of meeting so many people from so many different walks of life, different genres on YouTube. And we just had the best time. And we hope that we can do it again sooner than later. Trap kept saying, like, if I win the lotto, if I win the Powerball, I'm buying us all, I'm renting out a whole ship. We're going.
And I starred two Trap comic. Okay, here it is. I didn't start. Here go one of them. Trap said, Alisa is a super fan. No, Alisa is super fun to be around on a cruise. He said another one, and I hit the start thing, but it didn't. Oh, here it is. He says the turn up is legit. I had fun around you. See, she said
Thanks,
she don't
Trap.
turn up. Y'all, before I go, I do. I thought of my other question, and I don't have to look at the phone. Were there any? You went on a cruise of all cruises, the 23 million cruise. I'm not saying I never. I want to go on Etna's and I want to go on Life with V's because
Yeah,
I.
yeah, yeah.
But I might not go because they know how to disappear. I went on a cruise with them and didn't even see them but twice. But
Yeah.
my question to you: are there any YouTubers that inspired you to be what you are today, as far as a YouTuber?
Um, I feel like as I go on, like I get inspiration from more and more people. But really, and I guess I thought you would have asked this earlier on, Rod, but it's okay. I really didn't know anything about YouTube when I started the channel. I thought like the doesn't that where the kids put the cat videos? Like I didn't know anything about it. I started the channel like the first video I put up, I thought, oh, you put it up, and if people like it, then I guess you grow. And I just really had no idea. I thought it was going to be like another way of sharing home videos with a certain group of friends or family or whatever. So it was meeting or talking to or going into the lives of like live streams of Cheryl, the solo cruiser, and Edna from Edna's World, and Robin and Chet from Sea Lake Journeys, and then like starting to slowly understand that it was about building community and getting to know all of these people and just kind of going from there. Um, so as I do more of YouTube and meet more people, you get inspired by so many people and so many cruises that I just think you keep growing and you keep trying to learn and you keep trying to like, oh wow, I wonder if I could do that. I don't know a whole lot about photography or digital media other than I'm just learning as I go. So
And same here, man. I look back at my first video and it's horrendous. I'm not getting into that, but it was horrendous. Last question I have for you, Alisa.
yes,
Was this an experience?
this was an experience, Rod. this was an experience. I'm glad you reached out and asked me to come on. Yeah, it was nice to catch up, but also just remember that you have friends. You have friends, and even though we don't see each other all the time and talk to each other all the time, we're out there and we're still wishing the best for each other and want to see us all grow. And there's Trap, and don't forget us when you hit the Powerball or make that $1 trillion so that we can do it all again all together.
Who you talking about? Me hitting the Powerball?
Any of us, all of
Oh
us.
yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, please don't forget me. I'll give you some credit deal. I do whatever, man. I get I don't even know how. We'll do something. I usually do closing remarks. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna close out with some comments. I've never done this before. And it's gonna be a great segue into a brief closing. I'm not gonna say remark, but it's not gonna be the normal. Etta says, yes, we really had a hard time leaving one another. Speaking of the meet and I cruise, right,
We
Rod?
did. We did.
There, and then I'll say that part for last. Trap says, and everyone that's saying this was on that cruise. I enjoyed that cruise. Etta was a freaking rock star. Etta came back and said, at Trap, we hung tight at the end. I think we started to feel sad without even realizing y'all made it hard to say.
Yeah. Yep.
I have been out to sea a lot, and I will close out with this, but I've never been on a cruise like that. I can't remember too many events I've been to that was like that. You see people, and people, I'm gonna speak of myself. People see me on YouTube, hey Rod, hey PBT, but people don't realize I'm as starstruck as the next person when I see the Trap Visions, when I see the YFCs, the Meeting Eyes, evolving with Etta, Alisa. I haven't met Event Yours. I can't wait to meet her and Timmy. Make sure I didn't. Life with V, Edna. I'm just as starstruck as anybody else. And to be honest, I was in a state of shock. I cracked a bunch of jokes in this here live, but I was in a for real, no joking state of shock when I saw these people and interacted with the Sharons and the Kikis. And
Yeah.
it was amazing. And the only thing I want to say is people out there that's going to come across us. YouTube has put out a great platform. I'm not going to put and I don't have to because everybody in here, I'm just going to explain something as my closing comment. I have a button I can click right now that has a referral link for StreamYard. A lot of people left StreamYard. Rod didn't. I didn't leave, never left. StreamYard increased its prices from, what was it, $19.95 to $45.99, $44.99?
Not sure.
I haven't paid $1 yet, and I still have StreamYard.
Mm.
I don't drop gems and I don't drop nuggets. I drop boulders, and it's hard to do any type of live without dropping a boulder. So I'm going to say this. If you're thinking about coming back to StreamYard, they do have a referral program. They used to give you money. Now they take the money and put it in the form of credits. Use those credits to pay for your StreamYard subscription. I don't even know who the hell signed up using my link. I just thank them for paying for my subscription every month. And that's how my subscription is paid. Please don't click it. Y'all already have it. It won't benefit you now, but I'm going to show you I'm not kidding. I just click the button, and at the bottom of the screen, there's a link right there. I'll pull it up. Don't click it. Don't go to it because y'all already did that. New to streaming and looking to level up. Y'all, people out here, while everybody else crying about the money, I was too. While everybody crying about prices going up, I was too. But I wipe my tears out and say, you know what? I'm going to be with the fools that's making the money. I ain't going to be with the fools spending the money. I'm going to be with the fools making it. It's just a little note from ROD from PBE. I want to thank Alisa for taking the time out of her schedule to come here. Y'all make sure you check her out. Alisa Adventures in Cruising, as well as Conscience Cruising Podcast. That's like a tongue twister.
I know. We'd like to see the Conscious Cruiser podcast.
See, she just knocked it right out. It sounded like she was on the radio. If I turn all We got two lights on. It's two ring lights. If I turn the rest of the lights.
Bracing my inner DJ voice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And Why Love say good night. Thank you, Why Loves, for coming in. I
Thank
know you were
you.
out and moving and everything else. This was so fun, Rod and Elise. Man, I tell y'all, it ain't me. It's the guest and the people in these comments. Y'all make it fun. I just push some buttons and crack a couple jokes here and there, and then y'all the ones make it fun. So, Elisa, you got anything you want to say to the people before we raise up?
No, just thank everybody for coming in and commenting, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support on my channel and on Rod's channels. It has been really fun getting to know so many of you, even though it's just through the chats. Um, and I hope we all get to hang out again and more and more and more and all grow together here on YouTube for as long as we want to do that.
Hey, you know what? Elisa just said something that made me think about something. What we're doing right now, you can't buy in a store. You can't buy at the mall. You can't order it online. We're fellowshipping, networking. I don't like using them old technical words like network. We're fellowshipping. I'm thinking about the South. I'm thinking about the big mamas and the big papas and the little rods. We're fellowshipping. I ain't knew, I'm be honest with you, I ain't even know black people went on cruises. Don't y'all tell nobody.
Well, that
Now,
was kind
a
of
whole bunch of people that are going.
that's a whole other conversation for another day, Rod. We
With
done
that being
started.
said, we out of here. As I always say, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, dropping more fire, talking about stocks, talking about credit cards, points and miles, interviews, gumbo, how to bake a cake. You never know. Tap in, subscribe, like, share. Much love, y'all. We at this joint. At least you got anything you want to say? I'm not going to keep you backstage or anything.
That's it.
All
Thanks, Rod.
right. Thank you, man. I'll reach out to you on IG and everything. I'll shoot you my number in case you need anything. You need anything, you got a friend for life. I'm like Bill from Toy Story, whatever his name is, Woody. I'm like Woody from Toy Story.
I got a friend in you.
I got
You
a
got a
friend in
friend in
me. I
me.
heard that at Disneyland while I was there. Much love, sis.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, Rod.
I hit
Bye.
you up. All right. Bye-bye. With that being said, y'all, we have witnessed greatness once again. Alisa is exactly not only what I described, what others described in this live stream. If I had to describe her in one word, it would be hard, but it's realness. What you see is what you get. It's no sugarcoat. There's no faking, none of that. With that being said, I hope y'all have a blessed and prosperous holiday. If you're celebrating the 4th of July, have a blessed and prosperous weekend. Be safe, be careful, enjoy yourself. And as always, I'll holler. Peace, baby. Much love.